Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. I'm Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon. It's not morning for us. It's usually morning.
I'm off my game today.
You're out of sorts.
Yeah, I traveled. So I'm like, and I didn't travel far, but I just mean like I didn't sleep in my bed last night.
Yeah.
Didn't have a great sleep. So whatever. I have some exciting news.
Please tell me your exciting news.
The girls got their dorm assignments.
Yes. So tell me this.
So my one daughter's going to be in a double with her best friend. So they're fine.
Right.
And they're going to be, I bumped them up from the traditional housing to the Westchester has like this leased housing they do with this other company. It's right on campus, but it's like a third party technically.
Got it.
And they have their own bathrooms in there, which are nice.
Yeah.
So she's going to be in that.
Okay. So she's definitely not going to be in the halls that my friends were in back in the day.
No. And since I'm paying so much less for her tuition, I was like, I'll help you out here.
Right.
It wasn't much more. I think it was like $1,200 for the year more.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, what's $1,200?
when you're looking at $250,000 here,
right?
What's $1,200?
That's right.
So then for my other daughter going to Pitt, she was just, I'm going to random roommate this because she doesn't know anybody.
Yep.
So she got a single, and I don't know how we feel about this. Like, I feel great about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, trust me, you will love this.
I had a nightmare freshman year roommate. I would have killed for a single.
I had a not great roommate either at Penn State, but we lived in an apartment, so I had my own room.
Okay. Yeah.
Room. Sorry, my own room.
My dorm room was smaller than this bedroom.
And there were the
two of us were in here with desks and beds and all the things.
Well, do you know what they're doing now?
What?
Get ready for this. Because of overcrowding and stuff like that.
They're doing 3 in doubles.
They're doing 3 in a double.
Yep.
Let's just call it what it is. That's camp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had a bunch of friends who have wound up in the triple double.
Yeah. Which again would be fine if tuition were reasonable.
Right.
It's like, okay. So anyway, yeah, it's happening. I mean, we're only a month away at this point.
I know. It's exciting.
It's scary. It's all the things.
Yeah. So. It's going to be great. You're going to get through we are going to get you through this month. The BDFs will hands on your back.
Send prayers.
Through this.
All of you who pray, please send prayers.
For those of us who don't pray, send good energy, send healing, send crystals, whatever you need to send it because Amy needs it.
I need it. And I know this is a normal step and many of you have done it and sent me, reassuring messages, and many of you are doing it alongside me.
Yep.
And we're doing it together.
And it will be fine.
Yeah.
Kids do this every year and it will be fine.
Yeah. But now I'm already like, can I tell you where my dark mind went?
Oh God. Yes.
Now she's going to be alone in a dorm room. Is she going to get murdered in there?
She's not going to get murdered.
Because, when she's by herself, there's additional dangers.
She's not going to get
murdered. Is somebody going to break in there?
Amy, no one's going to break in there. These things are like fucking Fort Knox.
And I'm not really,
you can barely get your own friends in these dorm rooms.
I don't really believe in guns. So do I just give her like Timmy's bow and arrow?
No. You send her
like Katniss in there.
No, she's not going to be Katniss. She would wind up shooting herself. I don't know how you would do it with a bow and arrow, but I know she would. She would wind up shooting herself. No.
I know.
You'll send her with the little alarm that Jody Weber tells us to have, and
the birdie alarm. I got it. But you know what it is? It's also I'm watching One Night in Idaho.
Yeah.
So there's also that. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. They weren't in a 24-hour monitored dorm.
Right. And they had the sliding glass doors.
Yeah. She will be in a 24-hour monitored building.
I said to Timmy, how many times have we watched murder shows that start with they had a sliding glass door?
Mm-hmm.
Those old ones. You have to put a stick in them.
Yes.
You have to put a stick in them.
Yep.
All right. That's enough murder talk. We are here today to talk about my mom, Jayne.
Which is so not murder and so was such a
it's
lovely...
murder Jason, because isn't she on, what is she on?
Oh, yeah, she's on SVU. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yep, so it
Mariska
is murder adjacent.
how do you say her last name?
Hargitay.
Hargitay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mariska Hargitay.
Mhm.
I loved this.
I loved it too.
I thought it was
I just finished
beautiful.
it and I was crying.
Okay, what was making you cry?
Well, the old man at the end, I don't wanna get too far ahead, but the
Okay.
old man at the end, the old Italian man, Nelson,
Yeah.
he reminds me so much of my dad. He looks just
Oh,
like him.
okay. He does look, yeah, I'll see. I can give you that. He does look like your dad.
And so, like, there's this I don't know, it was just beautiful.
It
Do you
was
know what I mean?
beautiful.
It was really beautiful, and then the piano, it's just it was very touching, it was very moving. It was I did not know much about Jane Manson going or Mansfield going into this.
I didn't know a lot about her either, other than she was
Mm-mm.
just kind of a blonde bombshell. I didn't even know how she died.
I didn't know how she died either.
And wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah,
All right, Amanda's gonna take us through this one.
I am. I
This was
am.
on HBO Max?
It was on HBO Max.
Mhm.
It actually won awards at the Cannes Film Festival.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you could tell it's one of those things that when Mariska started it, it didn't go where she intended. I don't think it went exactly where she thought it would go.
I agree, and it's one of those well-written documentaries, like, Mariska doesn't have to say, "My mom was born here, and she did this, and she
Mhm.
did that." Like, the pieces are filled in for you as you need them,
Yes.
which is perfect, and we
Yeah.
get enough of a portrait of Jane Mansfield. Like, we just get what we need.
Mhm.
We don't get a ton extra.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's enough. It's just beautifully like when you're watching a documentary or a movie or something like that, it should feel effortless. You shouldn't have to work
Yeah.
to connect dots and stuff like that. This was effortless.
It
Like you just
was.
watched it and you went on the journey.
And you shouldn't have to do a ton of, like, Googling to try to
No.
figure out what we're talking about. Now, I
No.
I wound up doing some Googling because I wanted to know more,
Sure.
but I didn't feel like I was missing
Right.
something
You didn't
in
have to.
this. Right, I was just curious. But what I
Mhm.
did learn is that Jane Mansfield was born in Bryn Mawr Hospital,
Yeah.
which is
This is very close to you.
which
Yeah.
is where a lot of my friends had their babies, at Bryn Mawr
Yeah.
Hospital.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
I know a number of babies born there,
Mm-hmm.
including Jane Mansfield.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. So, we begin at 10-100, so 10100 Sunset Boulevard, and you see it and you're kind of like, why are we at a construction site? But
Yeah. You're kind of like something's not going right here.
right, I'm like, wait, I thought we were talking about her mom, and why are we
Mhm.
looking at a demolitions? And for a split second I was like, oh god, was there some sort of murder, and like this is where they found her body? Like, I was going dark at
Well, and I was
first
like, is Mariska so mad at her that she bought this place and tore it to
and
the
tore it
ground?
down. Yikes. But no, that's not it at all. This was her mother's house. And part of it has been demolished over time, but there's nothing janky going on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she says Jane Mansfield was a dedicated mother. She understood that acting could come and go, but her kids would always needed to be cared for. She seemed like a very doting, dedicated mother.
I could not stop thinking throughout that, God, this must have been exhausting for her.
Mm-hmm.
And it never occurred to her or to us
Yeah.
at that time, the royal we at that time, that this would be that the father should be pitching in 50% as well.
Oh, right. No.
Like
No,
this,
no.
Jane had to do it, or they were going to daycare, or they were going to a nanny, or they were
Right.
going to, you know what I mean? It was never, whatever. The dad's going to stay home and do it.
And for her oldest, Jane Marie, she was a single mother for years in
Yes.
LA trying to
Yes.
get her career going. So Jane Marie is like, I went everywhere. I had to go everywhere with her.
And again, we named our kid after ourselves.
Well, yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
Stay
don't
tuned for
know.
Bradley over on Murder. Still not over it.
Over Brad Bradley. Sorry about that, dude. But no, it seemed like she was a very dedicated mom.
Yeah.
And she had 5 kids in total.
Yes.
So she had, or we learned Mariska was 3 when her mom dies. And she's like, I don't really have any memories of her.
Mm-mm.
And she realizes, like, she goes through her mother's stuff. She finds her baby book and she looks at her siblings' baby book, and they were all filled with all kinds of stuff. and hers kind of had nothing in it. But
Devastating.
her mom's life was really coming apart at the seams through most of her life.
Yeah.
And I also think she didn't know how to talk about Mariska a lot as part of that, and we'll understand why.
But we don't know why
But we
in the
don't know
beginning,
why.
which is just a little kernel of a mystery.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of think, like, this might not go anywhere. She just may have, like, I initially thought, "Oh, well, maybe she was, like, drinking and on drugs and stuff at
Right.
this point,"
Yeah.
but there's more to it.
Yeah, and she definitely was
Yeah,
depressed and
yeah.
struggling at this point, but there's definitely more to it.
Mhm.
And she says the fact that there was nothing in there made her feel even more of a loss of understanding about her mom, because
Mhm.
she just doesn't know anything about her other than what she sees in movies. And her father, Mickey Sr., told her repeatedly, don't read any of the books about your mother. Don't look at any of the stuff about your mother. It's not going to be true. It's not going to be accurate to who she was.
Mhm.
I felt like, and tell me if you agree, I felt like Mickey Sr. found it very important to maintain the reputation of who he loved when they were good.
It's interesting because I kept thinking, and there's the obvious visual comparison of her to Marilyn Monroe, but
Yep.
I kept thinking they felt like the Joe DiMaggio Marilyn
Yes.
Monroe
Yeah.
marriage.
Yes.
Like, it felt like he grounded her, and yes, very much he loved her at her best, I think.
Yes. I agree.
And I shouldn't say that because I think he loved her at her worst too, but I
Yeah.
think
I think he always loved her.
he wanted to he knew her at her best is the best way I'm trying to say it,
Mhm.
and wanted to keep that image alive.
Particularly for his children.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted his children to remember the best of their mother, or their mother
Yes.
at her best.
Yes.
And so we learned that Jayne had struggled or Mariska struggled a lot with her mother's reputation as a sex symbol. And as she got more famous, Mariska, fans were connecting her with her mom.
Mhm.
And she just kind of felt more and more weird about it, because she's like, I don't really know this person. And how Jayne Mansfield was showing up in the world is not how Mariska Hargitay wanted to show up in the world as an actor. But it turns out that's not actually how Jayne Mansfield wanted to show up in the world as an actor either.
Yeah, and
She just didn't have the choice.
I wonder if there was a little bit of, warranted or not, right? There was a little bit of imposter syndrome on Mariska's
I'm
side where
sure.
she was like, I didn't even really know my mother, so it feels weird to me
Be on her
to
coattails in any way, shape, or
yes.
form,
Yes.
because she didn't have that
Did you
impact on
know
her.
that she was Jayne Mansfield's daughter? Because I didn't.
I did.
I didn't know that.
I did, but I didn't know it until I knew about Mariska Hargitay well before I knew that she was
Yeah.
Jayne Mansfield's daughter.
Yeah.
But I knew it before I saw this movie.
Okay.
And so, as she was coming into her own acting career, she was starting to think more and more about just who her mom was, and
Mhm.
wanting to get to know her better as best she could posthumously.
I love
Even to,
this.
even to the point that she threw her mom a birthday party during the pandemic, which was super cute.
Yes.
So she's decided, I wanted to get to know my mom, not as the sex symbol, but I wanted to know my mom,
Mhm.
who she was at her core.
Mhm.
So we find out that her dad died in 2006. So he's been gone for a while.
Mhm.
And she never asked him a lot of questions, nor did she talk much about her mother with her siblings. It was just this thing we kind of didn't talk a lot about.
Yeah, so interesting.
And I think some of that is, I don't think her father ever recovered from the grief of losing her.
Yeah.
Even though he married again and seemed to have a wonderful marriage with a wonderful woman.
Mhm.
We spent a lot of time with Mariska's stepmother, Ellen, who is just wonderful.
Mhm.
And
Until they ostracize her from the European vacations, which was terrible.
that part's not great. But
Yeah.
but no, I really kind of liked the fact that Ellen seemed very comfortable talking about Jayne, didn't seem threatened by her memory, didn't seem threatened by keeping her alive for these kids.
I thought about that too, and then I realized I think it's because she's dead.
That's true.
Do you know what I
She's
mean?
not a
Like,
threat.
she's not a threat in
Yeah.
any way. Because I mean, that is a tough bar to measure up to, Jayne Mansfield.
Yeah, to come in after that one.
And we don't know. I'm sure Ellen's intentions are completely pure, but
Yeah.
it is easier to act
When
with such
someone's dead.
grace when someone's not there.
For sure. And so we meet Mariska's siblings. We have Jayne Marie, who's the oldest, who came from her first marriage, which is when she married Paul Mansfield, which is how she wound up being a Mansfield. We'll talk about how she got to LA in a minute. And then she had Mickey Hargitay Jr., so the first kid with Mickey Sr.,
Mhm.
and then Zoltan, or Zoli, as they keep calling him. And I
Love
love this so
Zoltan.
much. First of all, I love him. He just seems like actually, all of them seem like really sweet
They all
people.
really seem great.
But I just like the fact that there's a guy named Zoltan, which makes me think of Zoltar, which makes me think of Big.
I
And
was
that's,
just going there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
When
only
I was
place I
at
can go.
Rehoboth Beach, they had one of those little fake Zoltar machines. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only place you can go.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Makes all sense.
And they're all agreeing to sit down to be interviewed, but you can tell there's a lot of reluctance on all of their parts.
Yeah.
And you can tell there's also reluctance on all of their parts for different reasons.
Mhm.
Mickey says he remembers the essence of his mother more than he remembers the specific person, which I think is so interesting, particularly when someone dies. It's when you're so young.
Yeah.
You don't just this idea that for little kids, not having all of those memories, but they remember how they felt with her. And you
Yeah.
can't take that away.
Yeah. It's interesting.
You can forget specific memories, but I don't really feel like you can forget how you feel with somebody.
Do we know how old Mickey and Zoltan were when she died? They were a little bit older, right?
They were a little bit older, but not a ton older. So I think Mickey was probably like 8 or 9. Zoltan was
Okay.
probably like 6 or 7.
Okay.
And Mariska was 3.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then Jayne Marie was even older.
Mhm.
So Jayne was 16 when she got pregnant with Jayne Marie. And she marries Paul Mansfield. And she always loved Hollywood and movies, and she wanted to be a star more than anything. Paul, not into this at all. Did not want to play this game. But he did go with her to California and then just kind of left.
Because she wasn't coming home, and I'm
She
like,
wasn't coming home.
I could see a world in where I do this to Timmy. Where we just we're scooting out there, we're hanging out in Monterey or whatever, and I'm just
he's
kinda
like, I'm coming home. And he's like, you're like, I think I'll
I'm not gonna go to the airport today.
No, I think I'll stay here. So I put the Jaynes stayed in LA.
There you go.
And Jayne kept trying to break into the industry. And Jayne Marie says she has a ton of memories that time because she had her mom all to herself.
Which sounds so fun. She was like dragging her all over Hollywood to auditions
and meeting people and doing stuff. And
sounds so beautiful.
It does. It sounds, and it was such an more innocent time that you could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And she did get noticed by an agent, but the studios basically were like, yeah, you're going to become a blonde sex pot. You are not going to be a serious person. We are going to just bimbo you up as best we can and send you on using the parlance of the day. Because she would have been a blonde bimbo. And actually, Life magazine named her Broadway's smartest dumb blonde.
Wow.
Yeah. Like on the cover of Life magazine.
It was a different time.
Broadway's smartest dumb blonde. And by everything we learn about Jayne, she was incredibly bright and incredibly talented. So she died when she was 34 without a will.
Wow, 34.
With 5 kids. And we learn about the 5th one in a bit. But she had no will. And
why would she?
Why would
She's
she?
34.
She's 34.
Beat me to it.
I know. That forever, that will be a thing. So most of her belongings were sold to pay the debts of the estate. So they don't really have many of her belongings.
Yeah.
Which will become a big thing at the end of this. And Mariska, we see her going to this family storage unit, which no one had been in since 1969. I got to tell you, I thought it would be way more cobwebby and creepy than it wound up being.
Thought there would absolutely be a severed head in there, like something.
Dead body, dead animals, something, whatever. So we meet at this point Ellen, who's Mariska's stepmom. And she says, Mickey never really got over Jayne.
Yeah.
She married him less than a year after Jayne died, but he was already divorced from Jayne at this point. So he was dating Ellen while Jayne was alive. So Ellen knew Jayne. But they married very quickly after she died. And I think that's, there's so much I like about Ellen.
I do too.
Find out she's a terrible human. I don't think so. She seems so grounded. It seemed like she was very happy in her marriage, very grounded in it. But I think she could see that there was a lot of pain in this family.
Yeah. And it
needed to be honored.
I love that she was the perfect person to be like, "Okay, these kids need a mother,
I'm
and
here.
here I am." And it was very similar to A Deadly American Marriage,
Yes.
Molly. How
Yes.
Molly was, like, called in to be their mother
Right.
when their mother passed,
Yes.
only that went real wrong.
Only she became a murderer and Ellen seems to be a gold star mother or stepmother.
Yes, but
Yes.
there I do give credit to people who fill in that role when they need to.
Who
It's
go
very
to parent
important, and yeah.
children's
Yeah.
in the place of particularly a dead parent.
Yeah, like, Michael Peterson is being heralded as a wonderful man for
Mm,
taking in his friend's daughters that he may have killed. May
well,
have killed his friend.
yeah,
So,
well, we'll
we'll
see. We'll
see,
see what
we'll
happens
see.
there.
My staircase journey. I'm only
I
on episode
understand.
3.
I understand. So now we learn a bit about Mickey Sr. He was from Hungary and he was a bodybuilder who eventually became Mr. Universe.
Mhm.
And he really believed if you could dream it, you could do it.
Mm.
Anything
Okay.
was possible if you could come up with the idea.
How original, Mickey
Exactly.
Hargitay.
So he did a show in New York he did a show in New York with Mae West because he started doing some performance
Yes.
and entertaining himself. Jayne Mansfield was in the audience, and that's how
Yes.
the two of them met.
He was hot.
He was hot.
He was real hot.
He
Yeah.
was a real good looking man.
Yeah.
They were a really good looking couple.
I agree. But she's not Marilyn Monroe.
No.
No.
And she was living in Marilyn Monroe's shadow for most of her career.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, Marilyn Monroe was very smart, but I think Jayne Mansfield was real smart.
I think she was real smart
Like,
too.
she was incredibly musically gifted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she hated the box that she was in.
Yeah. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. Amanda.
Amy.
For our sponsor, Lumi Gummies today, I have an idea. I think we should do a rapid fire bonus round. Which 90-day celebrity stars need a Lumi Gummy or have taken a Lumi Gummy maybe?
Okay. Madeline.
Oh, I have her on my list too. Manon. Manon could really use indica.
Yeah, to calm her the fuck down.
Just calm down a little bit.
I think Jenny could use a sativa to maybe up the energy a little bit because there's none there.
Funny you mentioned Jenny. I have Sumit's aunt can use one to
definitely
chill out a little bit.
She definitely could use one. This is a wild card. Florian could use one. I don't know what variety.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I feel
he needs a hybrid.
I feel like Florian on a gummy would be good.
Yeah. I also have Dylan's mom from Dylan and Patia.
Yeah.
And I have Luke's dad of Luke and Madeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And we can use Lumi gummies as well.
Yes.
Yes.
All the time.
Consistent, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. Whether you're looking for an end-of-the-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi gummies has a strain that's right for you. So, Amanda, our flavor that we like a lot in this home is the sour strawberry cookie hybrid.
Ooh, is it particularly sour?
It's not super sour because I don't like sour things.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I just find that it's the perfect blend of up and down. It's right in the middle.
Nice.
But you feel good. I really like it.
I'm a hybrid girly myself, and I'm going to go with the watermelon sorbet because I do enjoy watermelon, and it's just a nice, cool, chill evening of watching TV.
You know what I need to do? I need to take one before Sister Wives comes out. Before I meet my arch nemesis in the ring.
Yes. I think it would help you a great deal. I think it would help Cody Brown a great deal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, Lumi gummies are available nationwide. Go to lumigummies.com. That's LUMI gummies.com. Use code Little Miss Recap for 30% off your order. That is Lumi Gummies, LUMI gummies.com. Code Little Miss Recap. Lumis.com. Code Little Miss Recap. It's 30%. And the link is in the show notes if you guys need it.
So Jane Marie says it was love at first sight with Mickey. And he was such a nice man. She said you could tell she was so happy. And they married. And Jayne Mansfield would own the fact that she had to use her pinup publicity to get herself in the door.
Yeah.
In Hollywood. And she said it was a means to an end. She would play this up so that she could get in the right rooms to do things.
They do the whole, I don't know if I'm throwing you off, but they do the whole
okay.
voice.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
I get it though. I get
I
it.
do too. I do too. They had this gorgeous house, which is the house we see Mariska at to begin with. And Zoltan saying, we had all these animals. It was kind of like growing up in a zoo.
They had an ocelot.
They had an ocelot. It really I was kind of waiting for Siegfried and Roy to come like popping out and be like, we live here too. And here are all of our animals.
Yes. I was like, is Tanya back there? With Tonka?
Yeah. Where's Tonka? Tonka is my best friend. And we like to eat McDonald's.
God, I need to relive Jim Crazy.
I still go back and I will find that clip of you. Tonka's my best friend. And we're eating McDonald's. But yeah, this house looked amazing. They have this beautiful like heart-shaped pool with like heart-shaped islands.
That says, I love you, Jayne, in it.
Yeah. Like this house was ridiculous.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. And ridiculous. And Zoltan says Mickey Jr. says that he felt loved and safe in that house. And that's all that mattered. He's like, the material parts were just like our normal life. Like we didn't actually realize that we were living a different life than every
we
other kid
didn't
in the
know
world.
any different. This was
just our life. And we felt very loved by our mom. Mariska doesn't remember any of this from her childhood. So we go to Hemet, California, home of Scientology, by the way. That's where Gold Base is.
Okay.
As soon as I saw Hemet, I'm like, oh, are we going to have a Scientology angle here? Sadly, no Scientology angle. But here we meet Rusty Straight.
Oh, Rusty in his pride gear.
Rusty is a walking pride flag. And I'm
here
for it.
I'm
here for it.
Love it.
Love it. He was Jayne's press secretary. He's got all the pride garb. He's got a hat. He's got a mug. He's got everything. All the thing. I love this guy. And he says that she was famous. She would go open stores. She was just always on display. And she always felt like she needed to take time for her fans. She would say, without them, I'm nobody.
She's right.
Which is correct. And Mariska asks Rusty about the persona that she played. And he said that's what people wanted. And that they sort of were paying for the Marilyn Monroe experience without getting Marilyn Monroe. Because she was a little bit more difficult to get.
What was the crossover there? When did Marilyn Monroe die?
It's a good question.
I know. Okay, 1962. And when did Jayne Mansfield die?
I think 64.
67.
Oh, 67. Okay.
Okay. So they were kind of around at the same time.
For sure.
When was it Gentlemen's Prefer Blondes? That was Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
I think that's the one where she's in the pink. That's the big famous one.
So that's 1953. And what was Jayne Mansfield's big one?
Oh gosh, I forget the name of it now.
It's like
I keep wanting to say it was Rock Hudson, but it's not. Something rock something.
Yeah, it's something like that. Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter?
Okay.
So that was in 1957. So they're right on the heels of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Yeah. They're contemporaries for sure.
Okay.
So Mariska asked Rusty about the persona she played. Okay. So she's kind of like a lower tier Marilyn Monroe. Mariska says she had a complicated relationship with the persona and the voice in particular that Jayne Mansfield used.
Yeah.
She hates it. She didn't like hearing it growing up. The kids didn't seem to really like it either. And that was not her normal voice. She put on this dumb blonde voice.
Yeah. Marilyn did too.
Yeah, Marilyn did too. And Rusty's like, I don't think she liked it, but she needed it. And she understood.
It was interesting because the two older boys are like, we never heard that voice at home. Like, that's not how we knew her.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. I felt
what if she got home and she was like, hey, kid.
Hey,
like, she's like, hey, what's up?
I feel like Jayne Mansfield was one of these people who lived very compartmentalized life.
Yeah.
A very compartmentalized
I mean, like a woman in the
like
50s and 60s.
Yeah. She had to.
And 70s and 80s and 90s and aughts.
Still today in some ways. But they all say at home, she was just Jayne, no makeup, no crazy voice. She was just mom living her life. She spoke French, Italian, Spanish, and Hungarian.
I'm telling you, she was real smart.
Really fucking smart.
Yeah.
And wanted her kids to be exposed to all of the things.
Yeah.
Even taking Jane Marie to Walter Reed. to visit with,
How amazing was that?
I know, to visit with injured soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to make sure her kids understood that like they weren't living in the real world.
No.
They had this like fake Hollywood
Mm-hmm.
experience, and she wanted her kids to be grounded in more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she minded having the heart-shaped pool that says I love Jayne in it, but you know, we wanted to do both. Mickey Jr. says he didn't like the public voice at all, and she was smarter than she appeared to everybody. She played both violin and piano wonderfully. Her mother started teaching her how to play piano, and her teacher said, I could see her playing in Carnegie Hall. She is that gifted. And we see her playing both, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
She is fantastic. And you could see her like, she plays the violin beautifully and then sits down at the piano. And you could tell she's like, these people don't believe I'm going to be able to do this because they think I'm a dumb blonde. Hold my beer. And then just starts like,
it's just so
playing beautifully.
It's so incredible when you come across stories like this, that it's so overt that the only thing holding this woman back was the fact that she had a vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, think about what she could have done and been in her life beyond being Jayne Mansfield.
Right.
The actress.
Behind being an actress and a model and all of those things. Like she could have been like a
UN ambassador.
I mean, she could have been like a member of the State Department.
Yes.
She was a polyglot. Like she was,
yes.
She had all of this going for her, but she also was really hot. And that helped.
Yeah.
So she wanted to be a serious actor, but those just weren't the roles that she was getting, no matter how hard she tried. And she admired Marilyn Monroe, but felt that falling into that blonde persona box had just really kind of kept her in that. So she was trying to figure out ways to break out from that. And even when asked about her figure, we see an interview and she's like, I'd rather talk about my intellect than my measurements. Like I have a lot more going for me than the size of my boobs compared to my waist, compared to my hips.
Yeah. And what's interesting is what happened is that from what Rusty is saying is that she really played into that so much to get to the point, and now she was having a very hard time
getting out of
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
really
she was
sad.
You got the sense that she was a little more willing to play the game than a lot of other actresses. Yeah. And she did, and it got her to where she wanted to. And then she was kind of like, no, now I want to change things. And that was really hard.
And everyone's
like,
no, you're just a blonde bombshell. That's all you're going to be. And we find out, which I love this, Engelbert Humperdinch, who's always one of my favorite people's names to say, Engelbert Humperdinch.
I know, but he's a dick.
Is he?
Well, she's like, Mariska wants to buy the piano.
Right.
Engelbert Humperdinch owns the piano because he owns the house.
Right.
The piano came with the house. And she's like, we've been waiting for him to be ready to sell. Sell the fucking kid the mother's piano. What are you doing?
What do you need it for? Yeah.
That pissed me off. He could have any piano.
He could. Okay.
Didn't expect some Engelbert Humperdinch rage today.
I
but
didn't
here
either.
we are.
Here we are. And Mariska wonders if Jayne could have done all of this in a different way. Could she have gotten to her career without kind of going the route of this playing into her sexuality?
Probably not.
Probably
not in 1952.
Rusty says Mickey was the only good one around her.
Yeah.
But Mariska finds a bunch of photos with Mickey's face cut out of them. Yikes. That's never good.
This is how we unfriended and blocked people.
Yes.
In the 1900s.
In the 1900s, we didn't have unfriending and blocking. We had scissors and time on our hands. And we just started cutting until we got rid of the people we didn't want to see.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Apparently, they had a lot of disagreements on how to raise the kids. Her career was starting to not go well. And so she started going back to the dumb blonde rules, which she really hated, but she wanted to work.
Yeah.
She was depressed. She was very negative about it all. And it really impacted her marriage to Mickey. And Mickey says it got to be very difficult. She liked being out there. She met other men and the marriage fell apart.
Yeah.
So this is a classic story. This is a mom who is depressed and miserable. Her life is not going the way she wants it to. She's out in the world all the time. Everybody's in love with her, and she took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I blame her. I mean, like, a lot of people do stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't judge her too harshly for
I don't either.
this. I mean, and she's also so young.
So young with
And she's got
4
all
kids.
these kids.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
She's 4 kids at this point. She's about to have a 5th
She
one.
was a mother at 16. Like
She never got to be a kid.
she never really got to make decisions in her life.
No. And by the time she had fame and fortune in Hollywood, she had multiple kids. Like she didn't get to go rock out. Like she was stuck at home feeding babies.
Yeah, like my
all the
mom kind
time.
of did the same thing at
Yeah.
34. She met somebody, a girlfriend, Marty,
became
at
a woohoo
JC
girl.
Penney and became a woohoo girl at the local Chi-Chi's. It's a little different.
So it's exactly the same, except it's entirely different, but it's exactly the same.
They took their JC Penney dress department money and they went out to Chi-Chi's and became woohoo girls.
There you go. In Scranton, Pennsylvania, because what else do you have to do? Do Chi-Chi's even exist anymore? I know you can still get like Chi-Chi's salsa and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a brand now.
Yeah, but I don't know if the restaurants exist
Chi-Chi's
anymore.
restaurant. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's still
There's
around.
none around here.
Oh, Chi-Chi's Mexican restaurant set to return 20 years after bankruptcy.
Oh, okay.
So this is
this is exciting.
The first new Chi-Chi's restaurant will be in St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
Okay. There we
Okay.
go. That's got to be near Mall of America somehow.
Keep my mother away from them.
Yeah, she's not going. We don't have time for that. So Ellen says that things really started to go downhill for Jayne after they got divorced.
Yeah.
And even after the divorce, she and Mickey would get back together on and off and on and off. And during one of those times, we see an interview with her, and there's Jane Marie and Mickey and Zoltan, and she's pregnant with Mickey Sr. going, and now we're expecting another baby.
And I'm immediately like, that baby's not Mickey's.
Oh, I didn't think that at all.
Immediately. When I heard they were on and off,
yeah,
I was like,
is that baby? But yeah, but they were not married at the time Mariska was conceived.
Yeah.
They were not married at the time Mariska was conceived, period.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know at this point. And Mariska thinks that there was a lot going on for her mom by the time she was born, which was in part sort of why she doesn't have a lot of memory. Like she's starting to think like that's why the baby book, like all of these things weren't going well for her as she's learning more and more about who her mom was.
Yeah.
And she's like, there aren't even a lot of photos of my mom holding me. And I wonder if I got the time to really attach to her as a baby.
Well, and it's interesting because but to just further point out the nuance here, there's photos of her with her mother, not holding her.
Right.
So like you see a million photos of Jayne holding her babies.
Yes.
But when it comes to Mariska, there's photos of her just being like on the ground and just being like staring at Jayne. And what an interesting contrast.
So, yeah, very much so. So now we talk a lot about Mariska's name. And we see her being interviewed by Merv Griffin with her kids. And she introduces Mariska as Maria. And apparently went through a lot where anytime anybody called her Mariska or Mariska, it was, no, her name is Maria. Her name is Maria.
Interesting.
And Mariska, obviously, a Hungarian name.
Maria
not so much. Maria's a little more Italian. So now we hear about Matt Kimber, Cimber, I believe it's Kimber. He was her third husband. Everybody after Mickey was not good to her.
Yeah.
Mickey Jr. remembers him coming into their life, and he was devastated because, like, all of a sudden his dad was there, and then his dad was gone, and he didn't really understand it. And Matt's family was Italian, so then, like, everything became about being Italian for everybody.
Yes, and that's why she was calling her Maria, right?
Yeah. I think that's part of why she was calling her Maria, not all of why she was calling her Maria.
Yes, part.
Mickey also remembers that Matt had a very bad temper. And he says, I remember seeing bruises on my mom, and
this is not good
at all. Rusty. It's like Rusty and Mariska. I'm like, we're moving them together. Rusty thinks that she married Matt because he was a director, and that might help her get a leg up in her career, but it didn't really pan out for her. And during that time, she started drinking. She started taking pills. Not shocking. Her career's not going the way she wants. She's in an abusive marriage.
She's
got
probably being
all these
offered
babies
it on the reg.
on the reg.
Mm-hmm.
Jayne Marie says she would even hide the pills in her bourbon from her mom to take care of her. Rusty says the only good thing that came out of her marriage to Matt was Tony. Yeah. So that is Jane's fifth child, Tony. We don't see Tony a whole lot.
No,
Tony doesn't have a whole lot to do with this family, which makes me sad for him.
Well, Tony went off with his father.
Mm-hmm. But it makes me sad because he's got these siblings and they seem really tight.
I know, but they probably don't have a favorable opinion of his father.
So it makes
and that
it more
probably
difficult.
Caused a little tension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can work past that.
But. Hopefully. Tony says that his dad rarely talked about their mom. This is Mariska's interviewing him. And Mariska has always been afraid to even bring up certain topics with their brother because they're ugly. And
he shuts her down.
He's like, I don't want to know because what good does it do me to know? And it doesn't matter.
This was such an interesting conversation because I'm like trying to think of the stakes here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so interesting because this is Tony's mother too.
Yes.
But yet he has more of a protection over his father.
Because his father raised him. He was a baby when his mother died.
Yeah.
Like,
so his
attachment is so much more to his father. And who knows if his father remarried and maybe that woman is really the woman he sees as his mother.
And there's a lot at stake for him to be on camera saying his father was a monster to his mother.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard.
It's hard.
So now we're going back to Pennsylvania.
Woohoo!
Penargle. It's one of those places I always like to say. Penargle.
Penargle.
Which is sort of closer to you than it is to me.
I think so.
Actually, it's sort of about halfway between us because
is it south of Wilkes-Barre?
It's sort of near the Delaware Water Gap.
Let me pull up a map, shall I?
Yeah.
Penargle. Oh yeah. Oh, it's right north of Allentown. So yeah.
Yeah, it's near the Water Gap.
Yep.
And we see the obituary about Jane's father, who died when Jayne was 3, just like Mariska. And Jayne was in the car with her father when he died, which then leads into how we found out how Jayne Mansfield died.
Yeah. Mariska was in the car with her.
Mariska was in the car with her. It is such a weird balance, a weird image. Like, you know what I mean? Parallel. Thank you. Jayne Marie says their mom did not talk much about her childhood at all, but she would find her crying over photos of her dad. Oh my God, Amy, it just occurred to me. What would have happened if you'd been Jayne Marie? You think you were crying about your grandmother or your grandfather.
Good Lord.
This would have taken it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So are you Martha lip-knacking me and saying, like, if I had something to really cry about?
You could have had something to really cry about. Yes, I'll give you something to cry. Actually, my mother would never have said. My mother never hit me ever. I know.
Can you imagine your mother just smacking you, saying, "I'll give you something to cry about"? My mother has slapped me.
I insist my mother slapped me once, and she says she did not.
Oh, my mother slapped me, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember it, and she insists it didn't happen. So
okay,
who knows if it happened.
I had a mouth on me. My mother had to put me in line a little bit.
I understand. Well, it was the 70s and 80s. That's what you did. So in 1966, Jayne wanted to divorce Matt. And during that divorce, she starts dating her divorce attorney.
Baller move.
Baller move. Sam Brody.
Yeah.
Mickey Jr. did not like Sam Brody at all. They fought a lot. One time he came into his mother's bedroom inside. She's wearing sunglasses. He keeps asking her why. She eventually takes them off. She's got black eyes.
Not good.
It's bad. Mickey Jr. says, I knew he was a very bad man.
And he didn't stay around for long. Thank God.
Thank God. But that always breaks my heart when you hear a little kid going, this person my parent chose, I knew was a bad man.
I know, me too.
Oh, it's so sad. 1967, Ellen and Mickey were dating. Jayne called Mickey to come to New York City to come get her. And he said,
because she wanted to get away from him.
He was all roughed up. And both he and Ellen went to go get her. Like, Ellen is such a trooper, man.
Yeah.
I love this woman. And a few days after that, she did a show in Biloxi, and they were going to drive to New Orleans that night. She called Mickey an hour before they went to leave.
Yeah, she stopped halfway through the trip. And
pulled over at at a gas station, called him, puts the kids in the back seat of the car.
Mm.
And remember, we're not talking a single car seat, a seatbelt. Nothing at all. And this is not bad parenting. It didn't exist.
It was the time. Yeah.
It was the time. And puts in the back seat. She went into the front seat. Zoltan cries talking about this. And he's like, she should have stayed in the back seat with us. She should have stayed in the back seat with us. And Zoltan fell asleep. He says he heard her scream so loud.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
haunting. Oof.
Nothing. And it was this car accident, guys. If you haven't watched this, like, this car barely exists anymore.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I told you my father survived a car accident like this. It was
my God.
the police and everybody showed up and they're like, we don't know how you survived this.
That's
like
amazing.
I have pictures of it. You can't even tell it's a car.
Oh my God.
It's wild. A tractor trailer lost its brakes going down a hill behind them and smashed right into them. Yeah. And my dad slid down. Nobody had seatbelt on. My dad slid down in the floor of the passenger side and escaped without a bruise. Everybody else had broken arms, legs.
Oh
my grandmother was in really bad shape. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was bad.
That's my friend Keat. Her dad was in a similarly bad car accident, except he was horrifically injured. He wound up being okay. Well, he always struggled. He always had a lot of pain from that accident. But this is why my friend Keat, her dad is one of the few people you will probably have ever, he's passed now, probably ever meet on the planet who had all of the Catholic rites because he was a priest.
Oh, you told me that.
Yeah. Left the priesthood to marry Keat's mom. So he's had every holy sacrament you could have. And he's had last rites twice because they thought he was going to die in that accident.
Oh, Jesus.
And then had last rites when he did actually die.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zoltan cries saying she should have just stayed there. And the way the accident happened, Mariska was lodged underneath the passenger seat and they started to drive away. And Zoltan woke up and said, where's my sister?
I could not believe this. He said, where's Mariska? And they're like,
Mariska?
Who's Mariska?
Right. Wow. And so they go back and they find her and they both are crying. And she's like, you saved my life. Like,
yes. And Ellen says, thank God he woke up.
Thank God.
And that's when I was crying.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that for crying. Yeah. I didn't, but I could see that. Like, it is just the luck of the draw that this kid woke up and said the right thing. Because
she could have been injured and we don't know if she would have gotten there. We don't she was just a tiny little peanut.
She was 3 years old.
Yeah.
All of the adults died. So, Sam, Jayne, and the chauffeur, they all died. All of the kids survived this accident.
I forgot she was with him. I thought she escaped him first before she died. I forgot
she was trying to escape him, I think.
So I mend me saying he wasn't in her life long, but he wasn't because he, came later, but he also, unfortunately, her life was cut short.
Died with her.
But it sounds like she was trying to get away from him. So
yeah, I think those calls to Mickey were trying.
And I think Mickey and Ellen would have helped her get away from him.
Oh, I think so too. I really think so too. And so, okay, Mariska's lodged. So Ellen says that when God took Jayne from them, she had a dream. And they were on a football field that then turned into a stage. And Jayne got out of a limo and thanked Ellen for taking such good care of her kids. And Ellen cries remembering that. And she's like, that was it. We provided a loving home for these kids. They were my kids. We were locked in. It doesn't sound like she even thought twice about it. She's like, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support.
Jayne Marie went to go live with her uncle. Tony went to go live with his dad. And so Mickey, Zoltan, and Mariska lived together with Mickey Sr. and Ellen. And in the summer, though, the boys would go to Hungary with her and she would go live with her grandmother. But I understand why you're saying that's terrible. But now in retrospect, I totally get why.
Why?
Because I think Mickey knew that he wasn't her father.
Right. But why would you ostracize her in that way?
I don't think it was ostracizing. I think it was giving her time to spend with her grandmother.
But they were her grandchildren too.
I know, but I think it was just
he othered her. He othered her. I don't like it.
Okay, I'll give you that. I don't know. I was trying to have a good feeling about it.
No, and she says that, and that's how she felt.
Yeah, she felt othered. Yeah, I know.
I just thought it was a weird move from a guy who made all the other right choices.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of a weird anomaly to their
Yeah,
parenting, right?
that is true. That is
Which
true.
is
And
probably why you want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they've done everything else right. This feels
yeah.
weird.
And I wonder if it would have felt different if Ellen hadn't been in the picture and he thought, okay, I'm going to send my daughter to go be with her grandmother. I'll take the boys so I could give
Sure.
Mariska some time with a
Like a
motherly figure,
gendered thing, which was
figure
very
in her life.
common. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So, but she would go spend um, all the time with her grandmother in the summer
Yeah, they're going
and
to Hungary and she's going to like Bryn Mawr.
Penargle.
Yeah, like what are you
She's,
doing?
she's going to Bloomsburg. I don't know where the hell
Yeah,
she's going, somewhere in
yeah.
Pennsylvania. And she said one time her grandmother said to her, I am all that you have, after she was speaking wonderfully about her father. So I was like,
Yes.
okay, put a pin in that.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to learn about Nelson.
Yeah.
This I did not see coming. I was like, what?
I kind of thought I didn't think the baby was Mickey's,
Right.
but I kind of like let it, you know what I mean? I let it
Right.
go.
You didn't think it would become part of the story.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
important
This
part of
was
the story.
fascinating.
It was. So she says a friend of hers learned about Nelson and pulled out a photo of him.
Yeah, there
She
was
was
like
in
a
her 20s.
there was a Jayne Mansfield fan club.
Yes.
And this guy kept inviting her to things, the
Yes.
head of the fan club. So Mariska goes to the fan club one day and he's like, "Oh, look, here's a photo album and here's your mom with Nelson." And Mariska's like, "What?"
What? Who's Nelson?
And
And
he's like,
why
"Oh,
do
I
I
thought
look?
you knew." Slam.
And why do I look exactly like Nelson?
Yes, it was one of those ruh-roh.
Exactly like Nelson.
Yes.
She's like, it was the male version of me, and it was like the floor fell out from underneath her.
Yeah.
And from there, she went to see her dad, and she said, why didn't you tell me you weren't my father? You lied to me. And he argued back, and she said he was convincing enough. And
Yeah, he was kind of like, I don't want to talk about it. He didn't deny it.
No, but he
He's
said
like,
enough
I'm your
to make her stop
father.
thinking about it.
That's it.
Yeah. And she said she was in so much pain. She could see bringing this up brought him so much pain that she didn't even want to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So she never brought it up again. And he never brought it up again.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell anybody about this, but she felt super lost. Like, who the fuck am I? Where do I belong? Who was she related to? And what she realizes is that she was born from an affair. And she was so angry that she got left in this mess by her mother.
Yeah.
And she said to save herself, and I thought this was really poetic, I disowned myself as my mother's daughter.
Yeah.
Wow. She was so angry at her.
Mm-hmm.
So she was curious, though, about Nelson. So she started figuring out who this guy was. And at 30, she went to Atlantic City to see his show. Afterwards, she goes and introduces herself, and he bursts into tears and says he's been waiting 30 years for this moment. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
He's lovely.
I love this man, and I love the gift that he gave her. Because he really gave her a gift.
Yeah. And like I said, he reminds me of my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can totally see it.
Just a little old Italian guy.
Yeah, it's a little Italian guy. She said through this, she learned she had 2 sisters. She actually had 3. One passed away, but we meet 2 of them. And it was 30 years ago, and she has kept this secret ever since. But she starts to create a relationship with Nelson and his family, but they're keeping this totally on the down low.
They kept it on the down low for like, what, 30 years?
30 years.
Wow.
She never tells anybody about this. And he talks about meeting her and how amazing it felt, and how he talks then about this whole period. So she wasn't speaking to her dad at the time. And Jayne was not speaking to Mariska's dad at the time. It was during one of their fights. And she and Nelson were beginning to be seen in public together. They performed together.
Yep.
He met the kids. We see pictures of him with the kids.
It seemed like he was a lovely man, too.
Yeah, he seemed lovely. And I think he really loved her. He joined her in Mexico for when she divorced Mickey. Like he was there for all of this. And then they made a movie in Germany, and they were touring all over Europe together. And he found out in Germany that Jayne was pregnant with Mariska, and it was his baby. at the end of the trip, they went to the Vatican and he suggested that they marry.
Yeah.
And she says, what if I got pregnant by another man? Would you take me back again after that? And he's like, I can't do this. This is crazy. What are you even talking about? And he leaves her there.
Can you explain this to me like I'm 5?
What I think she was wanting to go back to Mickey.
Okay.
And was like, if I got pregnant by another man, would you take me back? Because I think Mickey would take me back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Are you willing? Do you love me as much as he does?
Okay.
Because at this point, Mickey was taking her back no matter, like all the time, no matter what. I gotcha. And so he left her there and they never saw each other again and never spoke again. And he says he feels so much shame about it and he never spoke to her again. And he says he can't imagine what her father, Mariska's father, felt, but he was so grateful to him for raising his daughter so wonderfully.
See, I interpreted it as her, when she said that to him, when she posed that question to him, I thought that she was still married to Mickey. And I thought that that was the realization to him that, oh, I have put a baby in another man's wife.
No, because
I
need joined her for her divorce in Juarez, Mexico.
Okay. I think what you're saying makes more sense.
Yeah. I think that's what it means.
Yeah.
After Jayne died, Vera, Mariska's grandmother, wanted him to rock the boat, but felt that Mickey was the father she knew and the siblings she knew, and that was the best place for her to be. Yeah. And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Nelson and Mickey spoke one time.
And
Nelson,
we hear this through Nelson.
Yeah, he says, I agreed not to embarrass him in any way, and I chose never to. I love this. I think this man is such a stand-up good guy.
Me too.
He did the right thing by Mariska at every turn.
Yes.
Except walking out on Jayne in that moment.
But I think
he also thought he was doing the right thing then.
Yeah, because if Jayne was like gonna be alone, that's a different story. Yeah. He knew Mickey was a stand-up guy and this was gonna be okay for Jayne.
This was gonna be okay, yeah. Ellen suspected that Mickey was not Mariska's biological father, but he was a great father and he loved her like she was his own. And she said Mickey could shut out pain, and he did in this instance and raised her as his daughter. Just put it to the side that he wasn't.
He loved her in every way, in every place except Hungary in the summer.
Except Hungary in the summer. We see
I'll never get over it, Mickey Hargitay. I'll never get over it.
So we see Mariska reading the book that Rusty wrote about this. And she asks what Jayne would think of the book and was it his story to tell, because he tells the story of when Jayne met Nelson and said, I am going to have his bambino.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, yes, it was, I was there. So it's my story to I don't really agree with him on that one.
I don't either.
And she asks if he thought about the impact to her family, and you could see it like wash over him. And he said, no. And he's like, I'm sorry if I hurt you or your family. That was never my intention.
Dude.
He is a good dude. Not sure he's dealing with a full 52 anymore, but he seems like a good dude.
Is he 100? I think he's 100.
He's like 99 years old.
Yeah, he said he's going to be 100. Yeah.
And so now we meet Nelson's two daughters, Giovanna and Pietra. I love these women too.
Amye and Amanda.
Nice Irish girls. Nice Irish girls. Damn. And Giovanna talks about there was, they had a normal, happy family life. All was well. She said, but there was always this one locked drawer in her dad's desk that she was always like
the Don Draper locked drawer.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought about. Betty Draper getting her way in there to find those pictures. It's the same thing. And she said finally she figured out how to open it, Betty Draper style, and finds an envelope from Mariska's grandmother basically saying, you have another amazing child. And Giovanna telling the story of this is absolutely hilarious, because she's like, okay, I need to tell you what 11-year-old me thought this was all saying. I realize it's probably not what it says, but basically she's like, your grandmother wrote and said, you have another daughter who's better than all of your other children.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I love this so much. And you can see all three of them just laughing.
They're just laughing.
They're
Yeah.
like, this is ridiculous. Of course, that's not what it said. But when Giovanna asked him about her, he said, I don't know Mariska, and I could not take her from the family that knew her and loved her.
Mm-hmm.
And Pietra, as the other sister, confirmed that the family just didn't want to upset anybody over this. So they just kind of like, it was their just like little family secret. We just kind of let it go.
Yep.
They talk about it one of Mariska's birthday parties. Because remember, she now has a relationship with these two sisters of hers.
Mm-hmm.
But no one knows that they're sisters.
Yeah.
No one knows Nelson's her father.
No.
All of them are at one of Mariska's birthday parties, as is Katie Couric.
Yes.
And Katie Couric keeps circling the room and coming back to Giovanna and goes, how do you know her?
Katie Couric is on to this.
How are you related to her?
You
She's
can't get one past Katie Couric.
No, Katie Couric figured this all up because, by the way, Mariska absolutely looks like these two women sisters.
Yes. Yes.
There's no doubt that these women are all related to each other. And she looks a shit ton more like these women than she does Jane Marie.
Agree.
So that just cracked me up. Katie Couric just circling the room going, wait, so how are you related to
You're
her
lucky
again?
Baba Walters wasn't in there.
Oh, Baba Wawa would have figured it all out.
She would have cracked it.
And Mariska says that her need to honor Mickey was so huge, but she was really wrong to force others to carry that secret for her.
Yeah.
And she thanks these women for their generosity and thanks Nelson for his generosity of letting her protect her father and protect the fact that he's not her biological father, particularly in a time when having babies out of wedlock wasn't great. It probably wasn't great that she got pregnant with Mariska, but at least it was with her husband and they were on again, off again.
Yes,
This wasn't some rando.
So she
third party.
The timelines were blurry enough.
Right.
That she could line this up with her just divorced husband and be like, oh, this must have happened before we got divorced.
Right. Or, we had a post-divorce bang or something. But think about it. She had 5 children with 4 different men.
1, 2, 3 men.
4 men. She had Jane Marie with Paul Mansfield.
Yeah.
She has Zoltan and Mickey with Mickey.
Oh, yeah. I'm being stupid. Yeah.
Mariska,
I forgot about Tommy.
And then Tony.
Or Tony.
Yeah.
Forgot about him. Yeah.
So add that to it. 4 fathers of 5 children in the 60s, in the 50s. That's not great either. And so Pietra asks Nelson how he feels now about coming clean with the story. And he thinks a higher power is forgiving him for his mistakes. He can't change anything.
He's 89, did he say?
He's 89.
Yeah.
But he really regrets leaving Jane's life because if he hadn't, he thinks things would not have happened. Those things might not have happened to her because he knows she was abused. I think he's thinking if I had just stayed with her, she would never have been in these abusive relationships, which she probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Because that's not who this guy is at all.
No. But you know,
knows?
In hindsight, she could have tired of him and moved past him too, like she did with Mickey. You don't
go on to your next person who may
you
or may
never
not
know.
be great to you.
You never know.
And he says he would have liked to have one more conversation with Mickey because he would really like to apologize to him because he's sure he was part of his suffering. And his daughter's like, well, Dad, you're 89, so you're going to get a chance soon. I love these people.
And they're down chat with them soon. This is so something my sister and I would say to my father.
Yes. And they're all laughing. Like they're laughing so hard. They're crying about the fact that, oh, you're going to be dead soon. You can go talk to Mickey then. Whatever. It's no big deal. It's like every time my mother talks to me about the state of the world and she's always like, I'm really glad I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
And then we laugh about it as best we can. These people are so sweet. And so she wraps up the film by saying she lost her mom, but making this movie has brought her mother to life for her in this really beautiful way.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And we see this beautiful photo album that Mariska made for Jane Marie. And they joke about Jane Marie's like, I feel like we look like the Grey Gardens ladies in some of these photos.
Yeah, because Jane Marie's old now.
Jane Marie is old.
Like she's a lot older than Mariska. So she's how old is she now?
She's got to be in her mid 70s because Mariska's almost 60.
Jayne Marie Mansfield, daughter.
Well, she was 16 when Jayne Mansfield was
Jayne
16
Marie
when she was born.
Mansfield. She is the first child. Okay, she was born in 1950. Does that sound about right? She's 74.
She's 74. She's the same age as my stepmom.
Okay.
And so, she's like, we look like the Grey Gardens ladies. Crack me up. And then she goes back to the storage unit with her brothers and her sister. and they're
Which
going
was
through.
a great time. I'm sorry, I didn't
It
mean to cut
was.
you off. It was a great time back because she had said earlier when she went alone, "Oh, I wish my siblings were here to see,"
Mhm.
and she did get them.
And she
That was
brought them all
lovely.
back. It was great. And they pull out their mom's Golden Globe award, and Zoltan goes, "Well, you can put it with one of yours,"
Yeah,
which I thought was sweet. And
that
she's
was
like,
sweet.
"If you guys are okay with that," they're like, "Of course. Like, go
Little
put this with."
Zoli, what
I
a
love this
treasure.
guy. He is a treasure. But I love that they're like, "Yes, of course, go put mom's award with
Yeah,
your award." Like, they
yeah.
should be together. And then at the very end, we see her get her mom's piano, and
Yeah, that greedy fucking Gilbert Humperdinck finally parted with it, I guess.
her husband, Peter Herman, who I've always loved.
Yeah.
He's another actor.
Yeah, and he's
He
like,
he bought it for her, and she's so
what
surprised when
does he
she
say?
gets
Happy
there.
birthday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's her birthday.
Yeah.
And it's just so incredibly sweet, and we see in New York City it being
It
like
has to be craned up to
craned
the
in, and you can just
penthouse.
see the
Yep.
look on Mariska's face like, "Oh dear
Oh,
God, please don't let
yeah.
them drop this." And
Yeah.
so and this piano is beautiful, but it is real big,
It's
and
huge.
I'm gonna say for our current time, it is tacky as hell.
It is. It
But
is.
it's exactly her mother's piano, and I understand exactly why it would be in the most
It's
prominent place in her home.
and you could only afford to have this piano in New York City and give up that much square footage
If
if
you
you're
are the longest running female character
Yes.
in all of television, because
Yes.
Olivia Benson is now the longest running female character in television.
Okay, there we go.
And
Yeah.
which Law and Order franchise is your favorite?
I like SVU.
Is my favorite too.
Yeah.
A, I love her, and
I
B, I
like
just think
the
the stories.
original though too.
Yeah, the original was good, but I always thought the SVU stories were so compelling because
I
they were
agree.
so.
I agree.
A friend of mine from summer camp was a bad guy in one of the SVU
Oh, really?
episodes. Yeah,
My kids love SVU. I
I
think
love
they've
SVU.
seen every
Anytime it's
episode.
on, or if like there's nothing better than like, let's say you're sick for a day and you're like flipping through the TV and you're like, it's an SVU marathon. I'm like, we're here for 8 hours.
Criminal
Let's go.
Minds too. We love
I've never
Criminal
watched
Minds.
Criminal Minds.
It's good.
But yeah, that's where we leave this. I just thought this was so beautiful.
It was lovely. And it really harkens back to the conversation I had with Carrie Fugit about letting your children read your memoirs, letting your daughters know who you are as a woman,
Right.
not just as a mother.
Right.
I think it's just such a gift when you are able to unlock your mother as a woman in some way.
I've talked about the fact that there's parts of my mother's story I don't know. I actually had a BDF reach out to me the other day going, "How do you reconcile that?" Not knowing. And I'm like, because I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't make either of my parents talk about things they don't want to talk about.
No, I told you my
Just is what it
grandmother
is.
died she had a horrible feud with her sister. I told you she was convinced her sister was writing her letters to try to get her organs.
Right. Right.
And they didn't speak, and that secret died with her.
And no one really knows why.
No one really knows. I have my theories, but no one really knows.
Yeah, I have my
And
theories
they were
too.
tight. They were close, but
my mother never spoke to her father again after being a teenager, and I have my theories about it, but I don't know what happened, and I never
people
will know.
just cut people
And my
off.
my mother's sister's gone too. So
recently, Graham's sister's child, so my second cousin,
your Graham's sister's child, second cousin,
reached out to me.
Oh,
and she's lovely. We're connecting on Facebook, and she's like, her mother's dead, and her grandmother's dead, which was my grand sister, and she had no idea that she had family in Scranton.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you should come up, I'll take you on a little tour, show you where they grew up, where they worked together, like the whole 9 yards.
Because you could really share a lot about the family as a whole.
Yes,
that she just doesn't have a view into. Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, do you know why they splintered? And this would be her grandmother.
Right.
And she's like, no, she never talked about it.
Wow.
It's like, wow. Okay.
Family secrets are interesting. And this was Nelson and Mariska held on to a big secret for a real long time. Nelson held on to a secret for a very long time. And I think it was a gift he gave her.
I'm going to say something. He gave her a beautiful gift, and I feel like now she's given him one with this film.
So too. I did think so too.
Because like he's 89, she's probably like, you know what? I want the world to know he's my father.
Right.
and that's okay because I still have my other father.
Right. She still obviously was
She's
raised
doing
and
my
loved
two
Mickey.
dads beyond the sitcom.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Mhm.
is. I think it was lovely. And I think what a gift she has of her siblings that she grew up with, who they all seem lovely. And now she has this new family
Yeah.
of people that are also incredibly lovely.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I'm
I
glad we decided to do this.
I am too. It was really, really good. And folks, just listen to the recap. Go watch it. It's beautiful.
A lot of the Backdoor friends had recommended
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This came from a lot of BDFs really screaming in that Facebook group that they
Mhm.
were into this movie.
Well, here you go, folks.
And thank you. All right, guys, if you haven't already, consider joining said Facebook group
Yes, Backdoor
where
Friends.
we have a lot of fun.
We sure do.
Also, I want to start getting it on everybody's radar that we are having a Backdoor Friend meetup in San Francisco in October. Becca and I will definitely be there. Amanda may be able to be there too. So you might get to meet all three of us.
Yes, I'm going to do my very best to be there.
Yeah. So it's the last week in October. It's probably going to be on a Sunday afternoon, but I'll have further details as we get closer, but just kind of put that in your mind, guys.
Okay.
Think.
Sounds good.
And then I think Timmy and I are going to go down to Santa Cruz. So if we have any Santa Cruz BDFs, let us know. Okay. And also finally, if you want to hear bonus content like Welcome to Plathville, which starts when? Does that start next week?
Yes, it does. Yes, we're getting the Plathville screeners tomorrow. We got the email.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So we're going to do that. The first one I'll put on the free feed, but then the rest will be behind the paywall. So please join us. We're going to rip the Plaths apart. Get ready for it. If you're a pro Plath person,
this is not the place for you.
Don't listen. And also we're doing Big Love, and it's been amazing. And that's
my notes for the 4th episode.
That starts next week as well, I believe. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Amanda, thanks for taking the notes on this.
My pleasure.
All right. And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.